Yello, and welcome back to episode 9? 10. This is episode 10, isn't it? Yeah. We've just finished the dungeon. We are now ready to go see the to the aftermath. Let's talk to Thankrid and head on over to the Raz-at-Han. Had enough rest, have you? You never were one for being idle. Right, Varshana bade us come to the Meghadua at our earliest convenience. The others will join us there once we finish tending to the prisoners. Wait. On second thought, you and Estinian should go on ahead. I need to make a quick detour by the Great Work. We left Graha in the alchemist's care, you see. Best fetch him before he's crammed into a specimen jar. Just you and me then. Guards at the gate shouldn't wave us through. Okay. We'll zip on over there. And we're here. Let's have a quick word with Estinian before we head inside. With the tower gone, I expect the state of alert will be lifted. Honoured scions, you are free to enter at your leisure. As I cannot leave my post, I'm afraid you'll have to make your own way. Should you require directions in the cities, the sentry stationed at the fountain atop the steps should be glad to assist you. Though I've been to Raz-at-Han before, this place is a veritable maze. Rather than risk getting lost, we had best ask for directions from the sentry at the fountain. Lead the way, and don't expect me to act as your tour guide like certain others. Estinians now accompany me, blah 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 blah. Let's see. I'll zip around and get everything later. We'll get this one now, since we're right here. Let's have a quick look at this. See what is here. Hall of the Radiant Host. This is where we're going. So they are probably going to send us up this way, that way, and then that way. There's lots of little bits here and there. There's probably going to be a decent amount happening here, given how many little nooks and crannies there are. Otherwise, why have the Aetherites all over the place? Master Nathan, I presume. I understand you are here for an audience with the Strap. If you require directions to the Meghadua, I should be glad to provide them. The Strap's residence is situated in Dharma, the highest part of Raz-at-Han. To get there, I would ordinarily recommend a route that takes you by the bazaar in the city's north. Due to the state of alert, however, most businesses are currently closed and the Aetherite disabled. Damn it, we can't actually attune to here. Same as it was in Yulmar. As such, I will provide you with an alternate path. First, please ascend the steps next to the fountain and then continue left. There will be more steps, and upon ascending them, you'll emerge on Paxi's path. Proceed through the large door on the right, and you will arrive at Ruvidea Fibers. Within, you will find another sentry who will give you further guidance. In other words, we head up straight forward. Sounds straightforward enough. I see a circle. They told us to go up the stairs. We're going to head towards the circle. Yes, I know about this portal. It leads to a nearby island, the treasure vaults of one of Raz-at-Han's wealthiest families. They took the God of Luck for their guardian on the account of which they occasionally open up a sector of their vaults for aspiring treasure hunters to try their own luck, or so they say. There are also coffers hidden across the land that act as portals. Find one and you can gain access to the vault. I don't actually think I've been inside this particular treasure dungeon. I've been inside all of the others, but I don't think I've been inside this one. Something to bear in mind in case you exhaust your funds while on the road. 'Tis a troublesome experience, as I can personally attest. Okay. So, up the stairs. And further up the stairs. There's not a... it's out of the way, we'll leave it. I'll be right back. Okay, we'll talk to this guy. Although he very well may just send us in that direction anyway. Let's see. Head into Vrtra? Are you? In that case, please follow this hallway to my right, or to his right. Go up through the door at the top of the stairs. No, we are going up there. You'll emerge at the entrance to the airship landing. No, we are going over there. Well, another sentry should be on hand to assist you. Incidentally, if you ascend the steps on either side of me, you'll find the workshop of the Vrtra fibers. Though you are free to observe the artisans, take care not to lose your way. Let's have a peek. Ooh. There we go. Well, we can go up there. The quest doesn't allow us to. Or rather, the quest is going to send us up to this bit in a bit anyway. So let's continue on. Wandering around. If you're here for an airship, then I'm afraid all flights have been suspended until further notice. So the state of alert is still in effect. Perhaps it's for the best. That aside, we're not here for an airship. We have business at the Vrtra. Again, I pronounced that 3 different ways in the last 10 minutes. Oh, in that case, permit me to direct you. From here, it's quite simple, really. Ascend these steps and then continue straight ahead and cross the bridge. Can't miss it. Why, hello there, Lampshade. How would one climb up to you? Looks like there's something to that. Can we get in this building? We can. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Jump backwards. No, that's not going to work. Jump sideways then. Missed. Okay. I have not done the Kugani jumping challenge. Actually, let's see. Not going to work. I thought it might with a sprint. And sadly, Shikuchi isn't a teleport. You just instantly travel from a point to a point. You still actually need to traverse the distance. Overshot it. God damn it. One more try. One more try and then I'll give up. Or I'll cut it out. One of the two will happen. Okay. Nope, not enough momentum. Also not the right angle. Goddamn wall. There we go. Only a minute or two of faffing about. It's fine. It's fine. Stinian, what this? I remember passing by here with Vrtra. The situation being as it was, he regretted not being able to show us the sights. Life has yet to return to normal here, but when it does, you ought to pay another visit. Though the city is confusing, the food is quite good. I'm partial to the Hamas myself. The meat's surprisingly tender and flavorful. Squawk, squawk. Let's grab this. So one of the reasons I have my camera this low is mostly just because of the angle I tend to have the camera at. And I like to be able to see as much of the boss and things as possible. I'm not, generally speaking, worried about things that are behind me. Because they'll get you once or twice and then you'll learn that they're there. And then they cease to be a problem. I would be surprised if there's not a lookout point up here. Because it very much seems like a place that they would put one. Although how you climb up to there, I don't know. Because you can only get to it from this side. Maybe the inside of the building is slightly more complicated. And there's actually just a path up there. But no, I'm not seeing one, so maybe not. Maybe I am surprised. Greetings and welcome to the place that is standing behind me. May I inquire after your business? We are members of the Science of the Seventh Dawn and have come at the invitation of His Excellency. Ah, of course, we've been expecting you. I will show you to the audience chamber, if you would please follow me.
Are we the last to arrive? I hope we've not kept you waiting.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust.
Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent, in more ways than one.
One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease.
Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
Yeah, don't do shit like that again, or at least warn us first before you try to kill yourself.
Valiant scions, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude. You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence. No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales. Pray accept your due reward, along with the goodwill of Raz-at-Han.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected. and now await you at the High Crucible of Alchemia. Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
We are humbled by your generosity. Know that the inventive wisdom of Raz-at-Han will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
"'Tis of no moment. A mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon this land and its people."
Albeit brief, my involvement in the Dragonsong War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man. Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply. And yet, you chose to live among men.
In the age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made. In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet no hate could I muster for those smiling faces which did look to me for guidance. Not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping against hope that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
Twould seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vrtra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star. As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
Nay. When war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company. He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift. Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
I see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydralin to whom you must look for answers.
Flower?
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort. 'Tis a story from my youth, many, many years ago. To my sire, I once posed the question, of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one? To which Midgardsummer did reply, 'twas the last bastion of hope. He believed so long as Hydralin endured, so too might dragonkind. Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. 'Tis a stone I've left unturned ever since.
Basically, we would need to talk to Midgardsummer, who isn't dead, quote unquote. He's just back in slumber, and we don't know when he will rouse.
Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydralin does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
Thank you, Vrtra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions, I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way. Our fight against the Telophoroi is far from finished.
We must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
Prithee, a moment.
You sense Mikatsuma.
There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. The one known to men as Eorzea's champion. This hero of renown and rumor, 'tis thee.
I only wish I could be. Oh, he could be here with us now. Yeah, I do kind of miss him.
I know of his clash with Omega and the long slumber which was his price. Yet even closed in sleep, my father's eyes are far from blind. He is watching over thee, watching over this world. 'Twas a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsormr's trust. But alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread. For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, weal enmeshed with woe. Amidst this tangled knot thou shalt know no rest. 'Tis an endless confluence of forces, a struggle without surcease. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation. The hope thou wilt need come the end. Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss. Thus do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
Apologies. We hadn't meant to interrupt.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
'Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go. At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, you may toast your triumph.
there's not really anything I can add to any of that. So we won't. Our apologies again. I hope we did not force you to conclude your conversation prematurely. So, what were you and Vrtra talking about? Nothing? Very well, if you say so. The others have gone ahead to the High Crucible. Let's catch up to them. Plenty of time for the next bit. Like his sister, Tiamat, Vrtra is possessed of a gentle soul. I'm glad they're on our side. Alphino has a mind to join the others at the High Crucible. The attendant was kind enough to give us direction to the High Crucible. First, let us return to the Mulberry Orchard. Orchard. I was close. Misenunciated a syllable. As I understand, the mulberries are for the silkworms, growing a stone throw away from the satrap's residence. It gives the quintessential. It gives it the quintessential. Close. Quintessential Thavnairian flair, don't you think? From here, we're supposed to follow the path left and past the mulberries. That last cuss screen has left me with nothing at all to say, quite literally. The word Yuja apparently means bind in the local tongue, and this district is named so because it connects all the others in the city. If we manage to come this far, we shouldn't have trouble finding the High Crucible, or so I was told. Well, the street turns, enters the door straight ahead, and then descend. Oh, where the street turns, enter the door straight ahead and descend the stairs. I thought the Crystarium was confusing, but it doesn't compare to Raz-at-Han. The architecture and decor make it even harder to get your bearing. Anyway, let's see where this door takes us. Where are we actually heading? High Crucible's up there. So for all intents and purposes, then yeah, we're going to get to past this up to there. Still going to leave all of those. Yeah, we'll leave all of those unattuned for now. Because we're not going to be able to tune to the main Aetherite. We're told it's been disabled. And zip. Whew, it seems like we're right on track. And here we are. Here's the Aetherite Plaza. So far, so good. And it isn't much further to go. From here, we just need to cross to the other side of the hall and then pass through the large two doorways. The High Crucible lies beyond. I suspect the others have already collected the ward in the scales. Come, let us join us. And we were told it was disabled, so I'm assuming no? Yep. Oh, what is that? Expanding the House of Splendors. Of course they are. Rowena is always looking for another opportunity to make more money. Though this land hath been afforded a respite in turmoil, do many other languish still. Our work is far from finished. You took your time. Got turned around, I take it. There wasn't someone over there, no. over here. They're all over here. As I heard it, after you defeated Nidhogg, his scales found their way into the hands of the Firmament's artisans. Steeped in power as they are, it's no surprise that they were coveted. Still, it's a strange legacy for a vengeful worm. Excellent, you're in time to hear the latest good news. I'm quite well now, I assure you. As they say, the stronger the taste and the stronger the colour, the more effective the remedy. With my body trying to replenish the ether I spent, however, I'm feeling rather famished. I think a sampling of local delicacies is in order. Hassan cuisine would be a good place to start, perhaps. The students have previously turned to Raz-at-Han's alchemist for help with the analysis of various artifacts. That is how I became acquainted with Nidhana. I'm glad we could rescue her, and pray she makes a full recovery. What an immense laboratory! How many such places were enlisted to help forge the Warden Scales, I wonder? At last, of course. Oh, we're last, of course, but at least we found the place. Have a sip of tea.
These are the talismans we were promised.
Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for. Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of Zot.
Or we could use them to invade Garlemald proper, and strike directly at the Telophoroid's base of operations.
So, just a quick point here. The towers appeared out of nowhere. They appeared to be mostly made of ether, otherwise why would they just disappear when we got rid of them? So, what's to stop Van Daniel just summoning another one in his place? And starting again? Exactly?
Of course, we would need to consult with various Alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even be contemplated. To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to each of our allies in person.
Pray allow me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful duties.
I can head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
We shall share the burden then. Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex. We must keep them safe and secure until we've decided upon a course of action.
Please, I must speak with you.
Nidana, you're awake.
Nidana? Okay, I've been pronouncing that wrong. Nidana.
Yes. When I spoke with the carer at my bedside, she told me that one of the scions, a young woman, had cleansed me of the tower's corruption. It seems I'd been asleep ever since the treatment. But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to come.
As you said, Nidana was captured only recently. Such a brief exposure is swiftly cured, so I tended to her before we gathered at Megaduta.
Megaduta. Megaduta. I'll forget that by the next time I need it.
And I am truly grateful that you did. I cannot thank you enough. All of you, for everything you've done. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You've saved Thavnair from an awful fate.
Yet who hath truly saved whom? Due in no small part to thine inspirational courage, the alchemists were successful in reproducing warding scales of proven efficacy. Replications of thy work now stand ready to travel across the seas, unto the hands of those who might wield them against this rising evil.
The talisman? Is this true? Oh, I was so groggy from sleep. I didn't even think to ask. Oh, our great work sent across the seas. It was worth it. Oh, it was all worth it.
The flower!
Look at that! Its color is completely changed.
What do you have there?
A heart bloom.
How unusual. I wonder if the effect is a reaction to Akasha.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
You imply that it is distinct from ether?
Foreign scholars often conflate the two, but we see them as separate concepts. Ether is an energy which permeates the land. It exists within animals, objects, even the air we breathe, affecting all through which it flows. Akasha, on the other hand, exists in a domain beyond our reach. A gift bestowed from on high, or torn from the heavens in some traditions. Akasha can neither be created nor destroyed. It is beyond our power to purposefully alter or manipulate. The only thing observed to influence it is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion. As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or exaltation when you've transcended the usual limits of your capabilities. That is a manifestation of Akasha, the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
I really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy.
I'm glad my haphazard explanation has piqued your interest. But even for us, Akasha is a somewhat abstract field of study. A lack of practical application lends itself poorly to formalized research. Which is why my analysis of your flower can amount to little more than idle speculation. I am sorry.
Nonsense! You have nothing to be sorry for. Your insight is much appreciated.
Shall we depart for Sharlayan then? I will see to it that the talismans arrive at the Annex.
And we will be in touch once our talks are concluded. I suggest you rest while you can. From here onward, sleep is bound to be in short supply.
why are the youngest ones here carrying the load when there are 3 adults of reasonable stature that could have carried them? Interesting, but I don't know what to do with that information. It's obviously going to become relevant. I just have no idea how yet. And I don't like overly trying to speculate. If something comes to mind immediately, then I don't mind speculating on whatever's come to mind. But I don't want to dwell and think on things that may come up later. I'd rather just continue to press on and let the game tell me its story. Oh, were they outside and I walked right past them? Yeah, there's Kryle, buried in the sea of bodies. It's good to be back, and with the fruits of our labour safely in storage. For now, we have but to wait for the others to return from their respective meetings with the Alliance leaders. As Thancred suggested, you should get some rest in the meantime. Welcome back, Nathan. Kryle has appraised me of your recent accomplishments. What an amazing feat to eliminate a tower and pave the way to deal with the rest. While it isn't much, I've changed your sheets and plumped up your pillow. After all, there's nothing like collapsing on a nice clean bed after completing a major milestone. Be it penning a thesis or defeating a deity or a deiformed entity. So, would you like to take a look at your new and improved lodgings now? Has it actually changed, or did they literally just puff up the bed and change the sheets?
Take heart and protect them well.
Food!
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you?
Not even going to
We've
wait
bought
to be
quite a
invited.
spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
That burger is huge.
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well. But he refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Sharlayan cuisine is not to his liking.
That was a really good impression of him.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart.
What? To perfect his brooding stare? Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Sharlayan feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
An excellent idea. Of all people, warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
Poor Estinian, beset on all sides.
Speaking of one's physical condition, Mistress Kryle, I hear you recently played literal host to Heidelin herself.
What an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer. I've not felt a hint of her presence since.
Hydaelyn instructed you to carry that flower, yes? Twill be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it? Come to think of it, isn't that what happened with Nidana back in Raz-at-Han?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow, as if reflecting the elation we all felt. The relief of a people with renewed hope.
Indeed. And in turn, I felt buoyed by that radiance. 'Twas akin to spotting a beacon, and knowing we were on the right path. I know we've not yet triumphed over the Telophoroi, or learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans. But even within the midst of our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare and hard-won perhaps, but it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to carry on day after day. Hey, that's mine.
To the swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle. Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
Or, to put it simply, you used it to sneak around the Forbidden Archives.
Yes, well, after a fashion. They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
Oh.
I mean, he's the second tallest one there after me. Are we pushing on till dawn? Shall we call it a night? Do you know... No, you do know these are my quarters. Let's go with that.
Why else did you think we were here? Surrender to thy fate, O champion.
Why, hello there.
Ah! Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well, never mind that. I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news. Our tower in Thavnair has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon the ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes questionable.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome. Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
No. All else is... equal. Equally tedious. Equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke. But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot, enough to set my soul aflame. I basked in the afterglow until the void yawned once more, and then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain on all that had come before. Burn. Burn. Let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
How wonderful that the emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more. I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours? Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable. You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing, disjointed, all the faces incomplete. The setting, too, was unknown to me, so I thought it simply a fantasy of my sleeping mind. Until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too. Yes, I think that is something we can both enjoy.
Well, let us actually nip into our room, because we will call it there. I am grateful Can I not open this? Oh, I'm not allowed to open this in this one. Oh well. Anyway. We shall call it there. That's a perfect plan to end it. We haven't needed to talk much in this last episode, so it has saved my voice. So now I need to get at least a couple of these edited so that I can get them encoded overnight. But I'm well ahead of things on that account. Episode 4 has finished uploading and is currently processing. Episode 5 is already waiting to be uploaded. So we just have 6 through 10 that we recorded today. So we'll get 6 and 7 edited. We'll see what time it is. Try and get maybe... Did I say 6 and 10? 6 and 7 edited. Try to get 8 as well, so long as it's not starting to get too late. And then I can leave my computer on overnight to encode all of that, and I can do other stuff in the morning like I planned. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. We have apparently cleared what I would determine as the first act. So we'll see how things go from here. So thanks again for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time. Cheerio.